Hello, welcome to Walk Me Through That. I have two good ones today. I think both of these are things that we are going through and not really talking about. So we're going to get right into it. Of course, we are going to grab our Olipop. I liked that one last time, so I grabbed the same thing. And I've already opened it because the little was like, I want to try it. Sure. Now get out. Okay, so here's the first one. How do you know when it's time to leave your job? And what questions should you ask yourself to ensure this is not an emotional decision? I think this one is perfect because a lot of us want to, either from frustration, that's why it ends. I'm sure she ended it with this, I don't want to make this an emotional decision. Some of us are just ready for change. Some of us feels like I've done my time here, but we all have to make money, right? So I want to give you some signs first. You've grown past it, meaning there's nothing, you've hit the ceiling. Maybe there's nothing else you can learn. You're not being challenged or developed anymore. You dread it more than you enjoy it. And listen, I'm gonna give you questions, okay? Because this is not something that is just emotional when I say you dread it, right? But it is constant burnout. It is constant stress. It is lack of fulfillment. And notice I said constant, or we could say consistent burnout, consistent stress. Because sometimes we have one-offs where we have, season of stress, 2 or 3 months of stress, and that's not consistent, right? So we'd have to make sure that it fits that consistent mold if we're looking for the sign. It's affecting your well-being, right? So consistent stress and consistent burnout really do affect who you are mentally and emotionally. And that can really begin to play into the physical as well and make your physical health decline. A good place to start with that is to ask your people at your house who live with you. Sometimes when new leadership comes in, the next one, the fourth one is your values don't align. So that can happen when the company pivots, when the company changes, when maybe you've changed. The state of our world now, a lot of people are changing and not believing some of the things that they believed before and not feeling that way, and that's okay. I always say you are free to change your mind. You're just staying for the check. Now, I put that as the last one because we need that check. Don't play yourself. Stop playing. You like nice things. But also, you are not fulfilled. All the other things above that are you. That's number one. Number two, you can't always stay for the check, but you do need the check. But you have to also decide, is the check good enough and can I fulfill my passion outside of work? Well, you can't if you go back to number 3 of the consistent burnout and consistent stress, because it's taking everything you have. So there's a lot to unpack there. You probably should be writing some of this down, but it's okay, it's on YouTube. Rewind it, girl, just rewind. Because the check no longer feels worth it. And so you gotta check the other things. That's why that's the last one. But here are your questions to avoid making an emotional decision, because that was the other part of what you asked, right? Give me some questions to ask myself. So here's the questions. Am I running from something or towards something? Don't just leave. Be clear on what you're seeking next, or else you'll leave and be in trouble. And you can't come stay here. Know that. Number 2, have I tried to fix what's broken? Have you? Sometimes you can't answer that from an emotional place. So you got to step out of the emotion. And that's really why coaching helps, because it helps you to talk through it with somebody who can continue to ask you probing questions like, have I had the hard conversations? Have I asked for what I needed? That gets you out of the emotion because it puts the mirror up and makes you look at yourself. Number 3, is this a pattern or a moment? How do you know? Am I reacting to something because I had a tough week, I had a tough month, this has been a tough project, or is this a consistent issue? Goes back to the signs, right? Number 4, what does my future here look like 6 months from now? a year from now, 2 years from now? Do I see growth? Do I see progress? Do I see peace? Because again, sometimes when we're in the middle of something, we can't see what we need to see. Number 5, do I feel seen, valued, and safe to be my whole self? Because you gotta be who you are, and that could be part of the problem. And if not, what impact is that having on me in this decision? And then here's the last one. If money wasn't a factor, I always bring up money last. If money wasn't a factor, would I stay? Because sometimes you can make a lot of money and be like, I can put up with a lot of stuff because this check is coming and it is nice. And it affords me to get away from y'all on vacations because you know we also have unlimited PTO. But that question often gets to the heart of it. It's last, but it truly does. Don't cheat me. Don't start there. Go through the other stuff first. Okay? Let me know if that helps. All right, we're gonna take an Olipop break. Okay. Next, gosh, this one. Buckle up. How do I spot burnout in my life? Listen, burnout usually doesn't hit you all at once. Do you know that? It creeps in. It's so silent, it is stealth. But here are the early warning signs, because your question is, how do I spot burnout in my life? So it's already there. Did I tell you that? It's already there. If you're asking the question, it's already there. But I'm gonna give you the warning signs anyway for our other friends who didn't write in and ask this question because you were braver than them. You're constantly tired even after rest. You feel numb, irritable, unmotivated. You're disconnected from your people, your work, everything. Small task, something that normally would take you 5 minutes, feels overwhelming. And even though Aretha says things you used to enjoy now feel like a chore. Those are the early signs to burnout. But I'm gonna tell you what burnout is not, because some people get it twisted. Burnout is not laziness, and it's not lack of discipline. Burnout is your mind and your body saying, girl, sit down, you're doing too much. This has been going on for too long. You're moving too fast with not enough care for yourself. You love all them other people, you always doing for all of them. You do not take care of me, and I am burned out. That's what burnout is. That's what it is. And so you don't need to push through. You don't need to push through. You need to write it down or say out loud to a trusted person, I'm feeling burned out. And then you need to cut 1 to 2 non-essential things every week for the next 4 to 6 weeks, because you need to make space for you again. You're not even in the equation. You need to include breaks. And I'm gonna be very specific about what the break looks like. It's either, as my friend Erin calls it, a stupid walk, but it could just be sitting outside. Backyard, front yard, sit outside. No phone, no nothing, sit out there. What you could bring is a timer to time you, 7 minutes, sit out there, nothing else. The other thing you need to do is you need some boundaries, because you don't have any. You just don't, bless your heart, you don't. Because you need to learn how to begin to say no with no guilt attached. One of the main boundaries I want you to put up is turn off. When does your day stop? When you turn off? When do you turn work off? And when do you turn family off? And if you just said, family, how do I turn them off? Make an announcement. Every day for the next 4 to 6 weeks, don't talk to me after 7. I'm not being mean. I just want to be able to calm my mind down before I get in the bed so that I don't scroll thinking that that's funny on TikTok. I just need a place of quiet up here. And so after 7, I'm not gonna talk. I may be just sitting in the living room watching a show. I don't want to talk though. I may go to bed. You need some boundaries. Protect your time like it's oxygen for you to breathe, because quietly it is. And then I want you to seek joy. I don't want you to seek it all the time. I don't want to make this a chore. Do it with me. I do it the first Saturday of every month. Seek joy. It can be something as small as me finding some new press-ons. It could be something as big as deciding to go with a friend who always lights you up. And then lastly, I want you to ask for some help. Support is wisdom, not weakness. I want you to remember that. Support is wisdom, not weakness. And you need some help. We need help when burnout comes in, because if we could have stopped ourselves, we would have. And we didn't. That's it for today. Walk me through ya. See y'all next Friday, same time. Thank you so much. Please subscribe.